What's good, YouTube? It's your girl Bofina1 bringing you guys in another YouTube video, and today I want to talk about the whole thing with the coronavirus and social distancing and essentially what is going on. A lot of people are really confused, and I think a lot of people really just don't know what's going on. What is that even? I don't even know. I feel like people are still even confused on what is social distancing, what does that consist of, and just all this stuff that's going on with the coronavirus. So I kind of want to just get on here and talk about it. For those of you who don't know, I live in Illinois, so we are currently on a shutdown. As of right now, it's through the end of March, but like a lot of people are saying, I believe it's going to go further than March just because, the cases keep climbing. They keep getting bigger and bigger. So it's like, well, what do you do if cases keep getting bigger and bigger? You're going to continue the shutdown. So basically, the shutdown consists of shutting down companies and places that are considered non-essential. So only places as of right now that are open are your grocery stores, the gas station, the hospitals, places like UPS, FedEx, like those places that are considered like essential places. So like places like barbershop, beauty salons, like retail stores like JCPenney's, Kohl's, those places are closed because those are considered like non-essential. GameStop, like the video I made earlier the other day, about how they're not essential. Like all those places are considered non-essential, so they are closed as of right now. So the whole thing of why this started was because, the coronavirus came to the US and it's been spreading. And so the whole principle behind it is that if people keep functioning normally, right, keep functioning, going to work, doing, certain things, then they will spread the virus more and more. So what they do is they shut things down to help basically stop it from spreading. So if you make it where people that have jobs where they can work from home start working from home more, that's good. If you make it where people basically you try to shut down as much as you can, like bars and clubs where people come into big gatherings, and it helps eliminate the constant spread of the virus. It's still going to spread because, as I kind of made mention, I was talking about this with like my friends, and maybe I may mention in the videos before about the coronavirus. But if you still have, so think of it like this, right? A big portion of people that are considered essential consists of like a large portion of the world, right? So it's almost like the pyramid. You have like, less people at the top, more people at the bottom. So more people are working in grocery stores, working at like as package handlers, like places like UPS, FedEx, Post Office, Amazon. Like for example, UPS has like over 500,000 employees. Amazon has over like 800,000 employees. I don't know the stats for like the Post Office and like FedEx, but those two, on top of those two, that's probably like 3 million or more just right there of employees, not including all the other like trucking industries, right? Then you get all these grocery stores, so like Jewel's, Target, Mariano's, Tony's, like all these other places that are considered like essentials, they are open as well. So they have a large population of people working. You have bus drivers, and the trains are still running. So those are considered like essential workers too, because people need to get to and from their job, right? So that's the other thing you have going on, is you have all these people that are considered like essential workers. And actually there's a lot of them. Like it's more than what I think people think. And so there's still a lot of traffic. There's still a lot of people moving, if that makes sense. So I feel like, and I could be wrong, but I feel like the big thing that's going to stop this from really spreading, and it sounds really bad, like, why would you do this? But I feel like we're going to have to go on a complete shutdown. You know what I mean? Like we're just going to have to go on a shutdown where everything's closed, not for like a whole month, but like for a week or two, because if you guys been keeping up with the news and following the whole coronavirus thing, you know that it takes about a week to get your results. So you do go get tested, it takes about a week for your results to come back to you, right? So if you shut down everything, that includes like deliveries, everything, like masks, send things out, like medical supplies, all that stuff, but shut everything down as much as you can, like everything, and you get people tested. That way you can separate the people that are positive and the people that aren't. Because what's going on right now is you have so many people that are testing that have it, but they don't have symptoms. You know what I mean? Like, hey, I could have it. I don't have any symptoms of it, but like you could have it and don't have symptoms. They even said, like, if you read all the articles, like you could have it for 2 weeks and not show symptoms or more. But like, because you have it, you can also spread it. You also have people like that in the world. Like I know I'm one of those people where I don't really get sick, but there's a good possibility that I might pass it on to other people because I don't get sick. Like, I could be holding on a bug that, like, maybe it doesn't show symptoms on me, but because I have the bug, maybe I spread it to other people. And there's a lot of people like that in this world. They don't really get sick and they don't really show symptoms, but they are sick, if that makes sense. So that's an issue that's, I think, going on right there that I think they need to figure out. As well as the other thing is, if we do have the military come here, are we going to be under martial law? Are we going to have a curfew? And what I mean by that is, some places, I think a couple of states have already started that, where like you can't be out at a certain time of the day, you can't do this, you can't do that, right? But what about the people that are considered essential? So I know, like, for me at my job, I'm an essential worker, so I have like a paper that I basically, like, if I was to get pulled over by the cops, it would say, hey, I'm an essential worker, I have to go to work, blah, 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 blah. But at the same time, what about people that take the bus and trains to work? So if we do have a curfew, we do have a complete almost shutdown, how are those people going to get to work? So it's a lot of questions that are going on. And this whole social distancing thing, it's like, I feel like we're kind of half doing it, half not. So also, people are just not following, like, not doing it. That's the other thing. Like, there was a whole thing of those California kids that they went to California for their spring break and they weren't supposed to, but they were like, oh, we already bought our tickets, blah, blah, blah. And it came back that a lot of them ended up they tested positive for the coronavirus. So that's the stuff that's kind of like scary is who has it and who doesn't. Because like you may go over one of your friend's house, your best friend's house, and none of you guys show symptoms, but maybe one of y'all have it and you spread it to the other. You know what I'm saying? Like and then you got people too that are out here having parties still. So it's like they're having 10 or more people of gatherings. Like, people are just not listening. So that's the other thing too. They're not listening. And a lot of these companies are really greedy. They're still making people go to work, even though they really should be at home trying to distance themselves. So, I mean, it's a big deal right now. That's all I'm going to say. It's a very big deal right now. Social distancing is, it's kind of scary. Because I still feel like, although some people are working from home, grocery stores are still open. So therefore, people are still going to the grocery store and they're still interacting amongst each other. So there's, you know what I'm saying? Like, they're cutting down people going to the bars, people going this, but they're not, at least in Illinois, they're not stopping people from like going to the park. They're not stopping people from getting in their car. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not stopping people from going through the drive-thru. You're not stopping people from still, in a sense, functioning. And I know because of the country that we live in, you can't just do, I feel like, what they do in China, in a sense, and just completely shut everything down and be like, yep, stay in your house, and not have people, push back. But at the same time, if that's what needs to happen, maybe that's what needs to happen, because it seems as if things are not getting better. They're going to get worse, and it's already been projected that we're going to keep going up with people testing positive, because that's the other thing. That's the other factor of it too, is like, if you test positive, you can't go to work. So if more and more people keep testing positive, you're not going to have anybody at work. Then we're going to overflood the hospitals. There's already nurses and doctors now that are coming up positive because they're around this stuff and they're not protected. So if they get sick, then who's going to save us? You know what I'm saying? So it's all a domino effect. And you can say what you want, but a lot of these companies are, in our reality, they are banking off of people's fear. Like a lot of grocery stores, they're banking off of people's fear. They're making money off of people's fear because people are buying so much right now. So yeah, guys, that's just like my little rant. I love knowing you guys' thoughts about this whole, not just like coronavirus, but like the social distancing. Has your state itself shut down? Are you guys getting ready to? So I just love to know what it is. What are your thoughts? What do you think about the economy? How is this going to affect the economy? You know what I mean? Like, if you guys like to hear more about my thoughts on different aspects of it, I'll make more videos on it, but I just kind of want to get on here and talk about like the big thing that's going on right now, which is the shutdown and social distancing. So if you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to drop a like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hope you guys have a good rest of your day, and I'll chat with you later. Peace, Fun Army.